Hello and welcome back to the Cheltenham Exchange. Tonight we have our third, is it the third now?
Yeah, number
The
3.
third episode of our Ante Post series. So we'll be providing a few tips for the festival. Before we get started though, got a few bits of housekeeping. Firstly, make sure you like this video and press subscribe. It makes more of an impact than you would know. And secondly, please in the comments put your best bets at the moment for Ante Post. So something that you fancy, and we may have a look at them next time we do one of these videos. So get your best Ante Post fancies in the comments. What we'll do is we'll get stuck in straight away to Matty. Actually, Matty, who is your Ante Post pick for this week?
Yeah, my third one for this episode is Croke Park, and I'm putting Croke Park up for the Albert Bartlett. He's mainly around 16 to 1 on odds checker, but you can get 20 to 1 with Boyle Sports. I think he just looks made for 3 miles. I mean, Gordon has mentioned that Jack Kennedy got off him last time and said he'll need 3 miles in time. He said he doesn't want to go to war with him over that distance too much. So I could see him campaign similar to Ginto before he ran in the Albert Bartlett. He has got an entry, I think, in the Future Champions over 2 mile, has he, at Christmas? Can't see him taking that up. I'd expect to see him in the Lawlers of Naas next, and then hopefully then onto the Bartlett at the festival. So Croke Park, 20 to 1, Albert Bartlett, best price. That'll be my pick.
Perfect. Thank you, Matty. My pick this week is a horse that's already beaten Croke Park. It's a horse called You Ought to Know. It raced against Croke Park back in May at Kilbeggan. Gave away £5 that day to Croke Park, beaten by 11 lengths. Second time out, also in a bumper, beat a horse called Toto 2. Gave Toto 2 a stone that day, and Toto 2 since been over to Cheltenham and was 5th in that race where Lookaway won with Camsinas, Willie the Builder, etc. And it looked like that day that Toto 2 just needed a bit further distance, so I wouldn't count that horse out either. So yeah, I'm going to take a chance on You Ought to Know, 25 to 1 for the Ballymore. Also priced up for the Supreme in the Bartlett as well, but I think if he does run at Cheltenham, probably would be sort of that intermediate distance, I would imagine. And it's a bit of a swing really because he's not run over hurdles yet, but I'm going to take an early price, take a chance that he's good. Jonny,
would you not be before you move on to Jonny, would you not be thinking that they might be keeping him for the bumpers with having only allowed limited bumper runs now?
No,
or is he definitely going over?
Stable tour, he said he's going over hurdles next.
So, right, okay.
Yeah, that's the plan. Jonny, what do you fancy?
Right, third Ante Post pick. Now, I was umming and ahhing whether to put this one up last time, but I was a bit unsure on which race that he would go for. But I think it's time to sort of decide now. And my selection this time is Willmount for Ian's Henderson yard. He's already in my hurdlers to follow earlier on in the season. I think he's going to go to the Tolworth next, which is obviously name changed and it's now at Aintree. So that says to me, I mean, if he wins that, then I think it's going to be the Supreme all over. He looked good, really good first time out, jumped pretty well, travelled nicely. I'll expect some improvement from that race. The fourth from that race, Joker de Mai, has come out and won by 11 lengths, which has given the form a little boost. Now, I know they're sort of differently run races, but he beat that King William Rufus by 36 lengths, while Ginger Joe's favourite, or Geordie Joe's favourite, Jericho de Repenay, beat him by only 3 1/4 lengths. Now, like I say, I know they were differently run races, but that is a bit of a difference, that is, between the two. So I'm hoping that he's the main one. He's generally 10s for the Supreme. I think the best price is 12s with bet 365 when I looked earlier today. I have personally covered him as well for the Ballymore earlier in the season as well, just in case he did step up and trip. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to say the Supreme. And if anyone is unsure, then I think you can get 7s any race at the moment. So it's another way to play it. And finally, it's I think I said this in the other video, that he's the same sire as Constitution Hill, who obviously is 2 miler as well. So yeah, Will Mount for the Supreme for me.
Brilliant. Thank you, Jonny. And Ian, to round us up, are you also picking a Henderson horse?
I'm not. I'm going to go with, so it's episode 3, so it's about time I picked a novice. So I'm going to the Mares Novice Hurdle, and I'm going to one of your favourites, Alex, Queen's Gamble. She has a fantastic record at Cheltenham in bumpers, winning in April and in November 2022. Unfortunate, she didn't really seem to get really involved and run a kind of race. She was 12th in the champion bumper at the festival. But since then, she's won both her maiden hurdles, one in Warwick in May, and won the Class 4 novice hurdle at Kempton in November, both on good ground. Now, we'll need to discuss Dysart Enos. Obviously, in our previous video, we mentioned about Dysart Enos. She's due to run at Cheltenham this weekend. He kind of is the talking horse in the Mares Novice, and they did meet at Market Raisin in Feb 23. I don't know if you remember this, when Johnny Burke went off like a scolded cat. It was a bit of a weird ride and went off far, far too quick. And Dysart Enos picked her off, I think it was about the last 100 yards that day. But that day, Dysart was carrying 11.4 and Queen's Gamble was carrying 11.8. So only beaten a length. So in regards to the prices, I really can't see how Dysart Enos is 15-2 and Queen's Gamble is, I think, best price around 14-1. Obviously, Dysart did win a novice hurdle at Hunted in November. That could be a factor, but I just think the gap in the prices is a bit too big. Now, I did see, just to finish off, Harry Durham is now the trainer, was previously Oliver Sherwood. He is delighted with Queen's Gamble, and it seems that her next race will be at Newbury in the Class 3 Mares Handicap on the 30th of December. So keep an eye on that when she runs. Maybe be good to see if she wins on softer ground, good to soft. She's won most of her races on good ground, just to see how it copes in the run-up to the festival. So I'm going to go with Queen's Gamble, Mares Novice Hurdle. I believe best price 14-1.
Thank you very much, Ian. Love a bit of Queen's Gamble. So just to round up then, selections. Matty has gone for Croke Park in the Albert Bartlett. I've gone with You Ought to Know in the Ballymore. Jonny's gone Will Mount in the Supreme. And then Ian has gone for Queen's Gamble in the Mares Novice Hurdle. I believe Ian also has some important information regarding a giveaway.
I do, with our good friend Lloyd from Hacked Up. So come when this video comes out on Friday, we're going to do a competition just in time for Christmas. Hacked Up have given us a Christmas bundle. So it'll be a racing gilet, a racing Cheltenham planner, and a mug. So with the gilet, I've been told, Lloyd said that you can choose your logo or colours of the horse that you wish to have, and it will make sure that it's sewn onto the gilet. We'll put some examples on Twitter. We'll just do the usual thing where with Twitter, you need to follow us and retweet the tweets that we send out. We probably give it a few days. We'll put all the information on the tweet as to when it expires. But I will say it's if you do win the competition, you may receive your gifts after Christmas into the new year. But good luck if you enter.
Thank you very much. Any other business from anyone else?
No, that's it.
Perfect. In which case, thanks everyone for watching. As I mentioned before, make sure you like and subscribe and put your best bets, your best Ante Post bets in the comments so we can have a little look at them and get some of them featured next time. Thanks very much. Good luck with your bets.